Sorry, guys. What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Happy Monday, everybody. We are a little ill today. I'm dealing with some digestion issues today. So I started it, and then I was like, uh-oh, and now we're here. So we're gonna do the best that we can. And we're gonna go. If we have to go, we're gonna go. If you know what I mean. Okay, that's good. Is this set correctly? Let's hide this. And okay, so it's not. Okay, give me 1 second here. I've got the wrong chatting schedule up here. There we go. Exclamation point sheet is the totem word of the day. There we go. Did that work? It worked. Whew. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody had a fun and safe weekend. Hope everybody's here. Hope everybody has all their fingers and toes. Hope nobody's watching from jail. No, it's not the flu, Sunfrog. This is like I ate too much garbage over the weekend. This is like I ate too much garbage kind of thing. Yeah, so we might make it short and quick. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Ugh. Oh, man. And now I can't find the post. Thing that I was going to talk about today, I can't find it now. There it is. I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, let's get started. Let's rock and roll. Totem word of the day is exclamation point cheats. We're talking about cheaters in the Tournament of Elements. Tournament of the Elements is a first attempt at a cross-server player versus player environment on Hero Wars Dominion Era. I bet you guys didn't know that. Did you guys know that the Tournament of the Elements was the first attempt for cross-server player versus player? It kind of is. Is it cheat or totem? What did I put in chat? Totem word of the day. Exclamation point cheat. Let me pin it here. Pin message. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Exclamation point cheat is the totem word of the day. The totem word of the day. We give away a totem every week. Last week we gave away 2 totems. Very exciting. We have an opportunity this week when the Fluffy event goes live. When the Fluffy event goes live, we have a 7-chapter story with great rewards at the end of every chapter. If you can complete chapter 7, you get a totem fragment of your choice. Now, they have some pretty hard money gates in place. If you can spend like 40-ish, 50-ish, I think it's $35 to $45. $35 to $45 on the Fluffy event, buying the golden ticket, maxing it out, buying some medium charges or a heavy charge and getting lucky with your guild, you can finish chapter 7. You can't even get into chapter 7 unless you spend a little bit of money, unfortunately. The good news is I give away that money for you to be able to do that, all right? And all you got to do is participate in my live streams. You got to say the totem word of the day, exclamation point sheet. I choose a winner, Pauly T. Let's see, January week 3. Okay. Now, Pauly T's got 2 minutes to tell me that they're still here. All right. You can't just join the live stream and then leave. You gotta still be here when I draw your name. And we draw names randomly throughout the live stream. Right? Throughout. So, if Pauly T's name is drawn today, then Friday afternoon, Friday at the end of this week, the last live stream of the week, there we go. Pauly is here. Pauly with 2 L's. Not Pulley. Pauly T 69. And we add names to the list. The next name is JDB2YB. JD. At the end of the week, we draw a winner, and that person wins $50. Last week, it was Thomas Hallstrom and BH Mav. We gave away 2. Probably going to give away 2 this week as well, since it is a new hero week. Mobile players can participate in this today as well. Mobile players, since I am just giving out $50, JD is here. Nice. Since I am effectively just sending you $50 in US cash, anybody can participate. Even if you don't play Hero Wars, you can participate, I guess. All right. That's the gist of it. Yeah. And we're going to talk a lot more about the Fluffy event, best strategies and all of that as we go. We might talk about it a little bit tomorrow, maybe Wednesday as a preparation, like the best strategy to get it going. We'll take a look at the tools that we have available to us, the optimizers and all of that, assuming that they don't change, which we don't think that they're going to change too much, but they probably change a little bit. There we go. JD just emailed me. Thank you, JD. And that is that's the other thing that you got to do. If I draw your name, you don't win today, JD. You win at the end of the week. Okay. I'm sure you knew. I'm sure Pauly knows. But I need a way to contact you after the drawing is over. So generally speaking, everybody that we draw their name through the week, you gotta email me, herowarcentral@gmail.com, in order to enter. Full rules on the website, herowarcentral.com. Yeah. Now, in Hero Wars Dominion Era, the Tournament of the Elements, I did see somebody say something about the arena. It is possible that they tried to make the arena cross-server, and now that you say that, I think maybe I do remember something about that. But the TOE is in a weird state. Now, Facebook, that is notorious for cheaters. Okay, Facebook is not encountering this issue today. Not today, at least. Dang it, I just lost it. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So you guys can clearly see that the max points is 17,100, right? A lot of people are there. A lot of people are getting that 17,100. Everything is great. All right. There is somehow, some way, players are getting above this number. Now, if you are not informed, because Hero Wars Dominion Era, Hero Wars community managers, Hero Wars in general is very poor at sharing information. If you are not informed, this is actually just a visual error. Okay, this is just a visual error. Team CE does not actually have 17,152 points. All right. Now, how exactly they break the tie on this, I can't remember exactly. I don't know if it's random. I don't know if it's the first person to get there. I don't know if it's the person with the highest total power. I think that's actually what it is. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember exactly how they determine who the tiebreaker is. But I will say this. Just because this person is on the top, slightly here, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Just because Team CE is here on the top does not mean D Warman, I'm talking TOE was years before the League Arena. But yeah, the Yasmin skin was part of the League Arena thing. Yep. CE on web show 17171. Okay, so something must have updated there. This does not give them any kind of deference whenever they're choosing the winner. This does not make them the winner, even though this is a graphical issue, even though they're at the top, this doesn't automatically make them a winner. All right, so we have this post from CM Andrew from a little while ago. All right, for now it looks like a visual error of some sort. We see in our tools that the actual number of points this player has is lower and well within what could be reached. We are checking into what's going on. So this is a visual error only. And again, I think that this is not an uncommon piece of knowledge, right? I think a lot of people understand that this is just a visual bug only, but I can understand you might be frustrated if you see this. Yeah, the top player gets 10,000 emeralds. So if I were a competitive player and I was looking at this and I was like, wow, how can Team CE here, how can they get, higher than possible numbers? That effectively guarantees them to get it's in rules, isn't it? It's right here. Yeah, that effectively guarantees them 100,000 emeralds, right? That's not fair. That's not fair. But again, I'm just sharing the information. This is absolutely just a visual error, okay? This person does not actually have higher than possible score. Now, how that person is achieving that visual error, if they're doing it intentionally, if it's something to do with their account that's weird, like maybe they're playing in a certain time zone, maybe they're playing with a VPN. Like, I don't understand how it's working. I don't understand how it happened. If I did know, I wouldn't tell you anyway, right? I'm not about sharing how to cheat. I just wanted to share this, okay? Completely visual. Chris Hauser won week 1 this week. Or this month. Chris Hauser won the drawing week 1. Yes, you can enter multiple times. Too bad no visual errors in the payment department. No kidding. Unbelievable. Give me that money. Facebook player. Chris Hauser's here. Chris Hauser. Okay. Let's mute the music because we got a video to watch. I'm excited to watch this video.
There are different ways to solve problems in Dominion. You can use wisdom and patience. Rely on haste and a sharp mind. Or
Yasmin is so
you can
cool.
bring a big sword. Although Drain's kit is quite versatile, his main combo is simple. Reach alt to gain bonus damage and range on all abilities and attacks. Swing the badass giant sword to deal damage. Repeat until final verdict kicks in and executes the low HP foes. No second chances after that blade hits you. To bring out the best of Drain, go the quick ultimate route with Berna and Soleil. Or try a faction lineup with Dante and Octavia for stat reduction synergy and easy dodging. Jump into the adventure to learn what it means to be a hero and summon Drain. It's time to bring the sword down. There are different ways to into the adventure.
So saying bring the sword down, he clearly plays Overwatch. Because of Reinhardt. If you know, you know. So, I still can't get into Hero Wars on my computer. We are recovering from this move. For those of you that don't know, we just moved. The family just moved. We just moved. I'm in a new studio, obviously my new studio here, and we have we had some expenses, right? We got some travel expenses coming up as well. We are planning on upgrading our streaming equipment. We're going to switch over to a MacBook or a Mac Studio in the next little bit. Streamline my workflow and not have these problems. I just cannot get in. I just cannot get into Hero Wars on any emulator right now. I've tried updating Nox. I've tried updating BlueStacks. I have an update for Hero Wars right now. I can load the update. There we go. But whenever I try to actually play, let's see if it actually lets me in here. What I might have to do is some kind of crazy iPad mirroring stuff. Might have to do that in order to show Hero Wars mobile content. Bring the hammer down from the Avengers, yeah. Yeah, put the hammer down, yeah. What do you guys think about that football game? Chris, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I guess there were several good football games. Use Linux. Robbie, I'm not that smart, man. I don't understand how to use that stuff. The Bears game was a heartbreaker. Man, I was hoping the Rams would lose. St. Louis people hate the Rams. Stan Kroenke. Ugh. The Seahawks are going to win everything, though. The Seahawks are absolutely going to... The Seahawks are destroying everything. Seahawks are incredible. Seahawks are incredible. Yeah. The one they reminded everybody that the NFL is entertainment and not a sport. Yeah. Do I follow the Blues? I mean, I don't really follow sports that much. I kind of watch them. What's going on? Yeah, the Bills game was that one was kind of a heartbreaker too. That one was weird. Josh Allen is probably never going to win a Super Bowl. But they fired his head coach. Anyway, all right. So we have we got it going. We got Hero Wars going here. Let's play through a little bit of the adventure. Oh man. Seahawks are a fluke. Okay. Linux is less complicated than Hero Wars. That's funny. Oh, the game crashed when he ults. Man. Bears Rams was a catch-22 being a Lions fan. Not happy our offensive coordinator went to the Bears to be head coach, and then Stafford being our previous QB were game. Yeah, I think the Rams are terrible. I think the Rams are really bad. I don't like the Rams at all. But with Lamar, which by the way, the Ravens, I can't stand the Ravens. I can't stand Ravens. I think their fans are terrible. No offense to anybody from that part of the country. But with the Chiefs and the Ravens both being out of it, I thought for sure this was going to be the Bills' year to get deep in the playoffs. But here we are. Yeah, Blues are doing so bad that the local bars in my neighborhood are not even showing the games. They are not even showing the games in favor of football for teams that aren't even in our area. It is playoff football, I guess. But the Blues they lose by 4 points like every game. Philly fans are pretty bad also. They are pretty bad also. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, we were there was 4 TVs at the bar that we were at yesterday watching the Bears game, and there we go. His abs are just too strong for my emulator. His abs are just too strong. There we go. New hero unlocked. Gotcha. Very cool. Great. Okay. Pull the sword out of the eyeball. New England had a tough game. They will also have another tough game next week against the Broncos. Nah. The Broncos have no chance. With Bo Nix breaking his ankle on the final play of the game, the Broncos have no chance. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that. Bo Nix, when he kneeled down on the final play of the game, he broke his ankle. The Broncos quarterback. The bar fight. Kevin, very true. Is that the game that got the Jets a contract? Because he went to the Jets after that, right? They said it was the play before the last pass interference. Oh, I thought it was the kneel down at the end play. Hard cross. That's what I had heard. All right, we've already seen the bar fight. That's okay. Great. Man, that skin is so cool. Oh, I love these skins, man. I'm so jealous of these skins. I want these. So how did you die? Bad fall from a stage or something? Oh. You should worry about what the soul trees decide for you. Octavia is great. I'm a big fan of Octavia. I should get something shiny for her, he says. That's funny. That's funny. Charlie, you seem to be watching a lot of abs right now. I know, I can't stop it. I can't stop watching the abs. That's fine. Whatever. This is like another version of... Yeah, Bing Chilling, this is the mobile version. We'll switch back over to Facebook and web in a little bit. We talked a little bit about Facebook and web first, and I wanted to play this adventure until I ran out of energy. Yeah, I thought for sure Octavia was going to be the hero that came and countered, the Dante teams on Facebook and web. I'm about to be out of energy. I think this is the last adventure I can go on anyway, so. Yes, I'm turning down this unique offer. That crystal looks like a proper gift, but the bridge is broken. I don't say Limbo broke it because you wanted that. Maybe it's not what you want, but how you feel. Dad taught me how to work. Man, this guy's troubled. He stuck Valentine on the ground. That's funny. Sometimes I have to reinstall the ad block to make sure I'm invaded. Oh, yep. There we go. Okay. Well, it crashed. I was on the last little bit anyway. David Johnson. David Johnson. David Johnson. David Johnson. David Johnson's here. A lot. Or is it Al? Is it Al Atum? What am I drinking? This is Ultra Peachy Keen Monster Energy drink. It's one of the 10-calorie ones, one of the fruity ones. I have one more. Actually, that's a lie. I forgot to cancel my Amazon subscription, so I have another case of it. I have another case of it down in the garage. Scorchy's Taco sounds delicious. There's this company in Florida called Taco Bus. Makes great tacos, and they're in gas stations. It's great. Like, gas stations in the Midwest have like fried chicken and like hot dogs. Gas stations in Florida have tacos. They're so good. Then you bring back the original lords, and once the player has defeated him, then switch to the light dark. That wouldn't be bad. That'd be a cool idea. There's so much fun things that they could do with this game. Like, if they really wanted to, there's so many fun things they could do. Alatum. Alatum. Oh, man. The Lando Norris one? Man, I don't feel good, guys. I do not feel good. I'm getting a cleaning tomorrow. I got a dentist appointment at like 10 o'clock. Noel. Okay, drawing another name. How about Turon Newland? No, Turon Uli. Turwan Ule 9858. No idea. People who haven't beaten all three lords, are they still getting access to them? I've beaten them all, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think so, D. Warman. I think that they're just not there anymore. What is the best hot dog in the U.S.? Oh, that's a weird question to ask, because, like, depending on where you are, like, some people like ketchup on hot dogs, and some people think ketchup on hot dogs is a huge mistake. Like, Chicago dogs are different than Dodger dogs in L.A., and St. Louis isn't really known for hot dogs. There we go. No idea how to pronounce your name, my guy, or my girl, but it'd be that way sometimes. How about Elite Jowl? Elite Jowl. Hot dogs, I always have onions, crispy onion mustard, ketchup, and something. And Mayo on your hot dogs. Interesting. I don't like onions at all. Like, I hate onions. It's like onions and Elite Jowls here. Okay. Onions and chitlins are two things that I just do not enjoy. There's a lot of pig products that I don't enjoy, to be fair. Oh, man. You guys ever had chitlins? Ooh-wee. I did some Guild Warring today. Did some pretty successful fluffy Guild Warring today. Show off my two teams here. I have been trying something new, something different here. Not new, because I've used teams like this before, but Iris with Corvus actually cranks. Iris and Corvus actually cranks because Corvus has the big frontline hit that reduces defenses. Iris does a good amount of front-end damage, right? So the defense reduction that Corvus doesn't help against the split soul. So there is that, missed synergy there. But the overall defense reduction is really strong. It's really strong with Bitey, with the other attacks that Iris has. You combine that with Morgan's armor penetration. It doesn't really vibe well with, Fluffy. A weak Fluffy can blow up multiple times in a fight, as he revives himself, or somebody else revives him, I suppose. But, you have Aiden here as the general purpose, just good healer. And I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying this team a little bit. I tried Heidi with my Fluffy here. Heidi stands outside of Dorian's aura when you're using IDH. So I was thinking, let's try some different things. I have been having some great success using Corvus and Morgan versus Fluffy. If I see Fluffy, I know that Corvus and Morgan can pretty well handle that one hero individually. Very straightforward, very easy to counter hero there. The armor artifacts that I have are going to protect me versus Kark, plus Axel, of course. And, generally speaking, without Kark in this team, there's not enough damage. Of course, a lot of that has to do with Fluffy reducing the basic attack damage of Lara Croft in the beginning, not having much basic attack damage. But, we kind of come down to it here, and Corvus is a pretty offensive tank, right? He's not as heavily offensive as, I would say Aurora or Julius would be, but you can't really use Aurora anymore. I don't really see Isaac as a counter to Fluffy. I mean, really the only damage that he does is the he does the blocked the blocked ult every 40 seconds, and that does magic damage. And when he blows up, he does magic damage. I guess. If you put Fluffy in a magic damage team, I don't really see Isaac as a counter to Fluffy. The early ult block. Let's see if we can time it right. Who's going to ult first? Probably Yasmin, right? Did we even block anybody's ult? I don't know that we did. I don't know that we blocked anybody's ult there. I don't think we blocked Yasmin's ult. Anyway, blocking an ult at the very beginning of a fight, doing magic damage to the team, that does supercharge Isaac a little bit, right? That does supercharge Isaac. But it's not enough, is it? It's not enough to cause Isaac to ult a lot? I don't know. It's pronounced Tyrone. Okay. Thank you, Tyrone. Second version on the first instance, that'd be crazy. Sinus, I'll see you next time. Be creative. I guess he's more for like an offensive team, I guess. Could I not use Krista instead? I don't have Krista leveled up. And I think a lot of people have, I think a lot of people already have Corvus leveled up because, you know, Undead is was kind of a team that a lot of people were playing when Lyria was launched. Is Yasmin immune to Fluffy? Well, Yasmin does have the... Wait a second. She does have that ability, right? No debuffs can be applied to Yasmin. Wait a second. Is Yasmin the absolute hard counter for Fluffy? Yasmin paralyzes the last enemy who attacked her for 3 seconds, appears behind their back, hits 7 times, and applies an assassin's mark. Do you just always use Yasmin tank when you see Fluffy? Do you just always use Yasmin tank when you see Fluffy? Where's a Fluffy here? Give me a Fluffy to attack. I'm too low. I'm too high. I'm too high. Wait a second. Do you just always use Yasmin? Wait a second. Laura, Sebastian, Fluffy, Lyria, Aiden. Okay, so Oliver, Albus, probably Merlin, Vex or Mara. Let's do Mara here. Chorus, Team Pets. We have Sebastian, so let's use Axel, I guess. I mean, Vex could work here. Let's put Vex. A lot of people use Vex anyway. Do you just always use Yasmin? Unless they pair Helios or Corvus. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens, guys. Because you're right. She'll ult first if she's the tank. Let's find out. Let's find out. Aiden, and I guess we can use our own Fluffy, but let's keep this. Let's do a double test here. Let's do a double test here. I want to see both. Let's go with Vex. Okay. Let's test this out. Let's test this out. Let's see what happens. I want to see. We got to test. Well, I guess if Yasmin is immune to Fluffy and he tries to... Well, I just die anyway. Okay. We got to use Nebula here. We got to use Nebula there because otherwise Yasmin just dies. Who can we put in the back? I don't know. Let's use Dorian. Just for science, let's just use Dorian back here. Okay, let's test this out. I don't have max heroes. My best team is Lyria, Morgan, Corvus, Sebastian, Kira. Is that any good for some? Probably fine. Music. Okay, so clearly Yasmin's going to ult first here. Unless she just dies. Okay, well. We have to have Fluffy here to stop Lara Croft's damage. Use Astaroth to revive. No. The point is I need Yasmin to tank so that I can guarantee her ulting first. Because I'm not saying that this is the right team to use, guys. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that this is the right team to use. I'm saying that I'm trying to get Yasmin. Oh, wow. Okay, so she can be countered. You guys saw that, right? She did get stopped. Okay, so Yasmin doesn't counter... Yasmin doesn't counter Fluffy. At least her ult can be stopped by I'm going to still win because Yasmin is better than Lyria. Yasmin is the superior warrior here. Okay, so that test was successful and busted. Myth was successful and busted. Interesting. Okay, well, now we know. Now we know. I need Sebastian to eat the counter. Then we're doing weird timings. Yeah, I could see that. Huh. Curious. Well, now we know. Now we know. It was worth testing. Yeah, so somebody asked about Corvus, Kira, etc. I think that Kira is kind of dangerous to use against Fluffy, but you know, the damage output is going to be lower. You're going to charge the enemy team a little bit faster. A silence getting through could be pretty crucial versus Fluffy, you know, keeping him from reviving maybe, or keeping the revive delayed for a little while, keeping an ult delayed for a little while. Let's see. Morgan obviously hard counters Fluffy's revive ability, right? The ability to revive 3 waves of allies is very strong. It's underrated. I think the ultimate ability that Fluffy has, though, is that explosion whenever he's killed. So I think that's going to be kind of the big thing that a lot of players are going to be needing to watch out for as we figure him out a little bit more. But yeah, even versus a Galahad, my Morgan took care of business. Of course, Iris is doing great things. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Fluffy. As with all new heroes, I don't think that they're needed. All right. There are other ways to counter Sebastian teams, just like not using control, right? You know what I mean? Like, if we're just thinking about using Fluffy to counter, you know, control teams or teams with Sebastian. None of these teams have Sebastian. Literally none of those teams have Sebastian. How about this team? Yeah. So this guy right here, like, you don't need Fluffy to counter this team. You don't need Fluffy to counter this team. You know what I mean? Like, Fluffy certainly helps. You don't need Electra either. You don't need Lyria either. You know, the shiny new heroes are not the way. Unless you want to, keep up with the Joneses. Unless you, unless you enjoy the gacha game mechanic that Hero Wars is. But like, you know, I talk a lot about how I can use Sebastian to counter this team. Like, if we did, let's see, Kane, who is this? Is this Merlin? This is Albus. This is Axel. War Flag of Decline. What do we use? We use Magic Attack. What do we use here? Armor. I can't remember what the patterns are for this team. Magic Attack, Armor, maybe Magic Penetration, maybe Magic Mastery. I don't know what it is, but like, being able to use Fluffy instead of Sebastian to fight this team, it's always pretty good. So like, you can use just like Isaac here, Pet, Axel, you know, something like this could work. I mean, maybe something like this. Generally, Nebula boosted Isaac here with anybody behind him has a good chance if you can use Fluffy to slow down, you know, their Augustus. This doesn't mean that, you know, Fluffy, well, I lose anyway. This doesn't mean that Fluffy is a must-have just because it enables an additional team. Like, there are plenty of teams that can already beat these teams without Fluffy. So I guess the question is going to be, like, is there a team that has Fluffy that beats, you know, that beats all of the popular teams right now? And it's hard to say, like, what's popular, but, like, versus this line that we're dealing with, like, that Lara Croft, let's see, Lara Croft, Lyria, Sebastian, Aiden. Oh, Fluffy. Fluffy's who I'm missing. Like, this team is pretty good versus a lot of variations. Like, a lot. Like, do Mara here, Chorus, Team Pet. Probably can use Axel here instead. And then we got a couple of Warrior here, so maybe we swap this for the War Flag of Swift Warriors. You know, this team is pretty effective versus a lot of popular teams for sure. And maybe this ultimately is like the team, because you know this can beat that team. And then we have like Shadow here, like your Ishmael Lara Croft Lyria teams. This team can beat this team also. You know, Lyria doesn't do anything here as well as Lyria did in that Dante Orion Augustus team, but this team can beat, you know, these lines pretty well. Lost here, of course. Every time I say this, can beat, then I lose. It's whatever in Arena. But I think it struggles a lot against mage teams. Like, I think it struggles a lot against these thicker, you know, Krista, Cascade, or Amira, Polaris, you know, using Folio and all this. I believe that I have not yet beat a single one of these teams. And of course, now that I say that, I'm probably going to win. That'd be kind of funny. No, I don't win. So yeah, I mean, like, let's see. Fluffy won't be a game changer. Just make things more interesting. Took me a while, but I found every Lyria counter and don't have to build up a new hero. Just tweak the roster and rethink use. Yeah, Elite Jal, I don't think so. I don't think so. It can beat them, the team that I was just using there. But just like with anything else, there is no one team beats all in this game. Okay, the best you can hope for is have a team that is consistent enough against one or two of the popular teams. Does that make sense? Versus like one or two of the popular teams. So like, if a team can beat Dante, Orion, Augustus, and also Lyria, Lara, and Ishmael, then it's probably a team worth building. If it requires heroes that you don't have left, how many more heroes does it require? If it's just one, maybe consider leveling Fluffy. If it's Fluffy plus, then that's a bad idea, in my opinion. If you can find a team that's good against Dante, Orion, Augustus, and, you know, Electra, Amira, or, you know, Krista, Cascade, or, you know, whatever, same conversation. If it requires just like one more hero to get you there, based on combat training, especially on your server, you know, because the daily arena rankings matter a lot, then might be worth considering. Right? But see, Opatsky just suggested a team here in the chat: Mushy, Arachne, Fluffy, Jorgen, Polaris. Now, if you don't have Mushy leveled up and you're considering Fluffy, and you're like, wait a second, this team is awesome, Mushy and Fluffy, it can beat 2-3 of the popular teams. The fact that it requires two heroes that you don't have leveled up, or even potentially three, maybe you haven't never touched Jorgen. I mean, many players have never touched Jorgen. Then that's a hard sell. And I'm not sure that that's the right play either. But, you know, really you have to play how you want to play. You have to play what you enjoy. If it looks fun, then play it. But every new hero is going to change things and shake things up a little bit. Does Fluffy make big changes? I think it gives people options. I think it gives people a little bit more options, sure. But are they needed? I don't know. I can only see the bottom four, huh? Yeah. Scott Duck doesn't cheat. I believe you. You know, like in Clash of Worlds, we take a look at this. We have, okay, so we're on the Bastion device, so we're not even there yet. So let's crush this team real quick. Eden, Verdok, Rustar. Yep. Should be fine here. Roman Empire recruit. Does that mean that they are recruiting or they are a recruit? I don't know. Anyway, we don't have access to the hero bridge yet, so we're not going to do any of our hits. But like looking at the Mage Academy, I don't know. Like I feel like I already have enough heroes. I don't know. Ginger Ale might be better. Sunfrog, I'm powering through. I'm doing okay. One thing is for sure, though, everybody's going to be leveling up Fluffy. And also, nobody's going to be leveling up Fluffy. And nobody on your server is going to use Fluffy. And everybody on your server is going to be using Fluffy, right? So, basically, anytime I say anything, I am right and also wrong. It's everybody's context, you know? It's everybody's context. Kindle, Shimabakuro, Kindle. I was very high. I was very hot on Fluffy in the beginning, but I actually feel like he's Folio. I don't think he's done enough. I don't think Fluffy has done enough. I'm really glad that you don't have to level Fluffy up that much. I'm really glad. As a matter of fact, there are screenshots of people in Discord with the weak Fluffy. Let me find this guy. Somebody did like 3.5 million damage. Yeah, Crazy Zhu on the Discord. He did 3.9 million damage with a 3-star orange Fluffy. And the reason why is because he keeps dying. And when he dies, he blows up, right? So when he dies, he blows up. When he dies, he blows up, and, you know, he does large chunks of damage, pure damage to everybody on the enemy team. Because it's, you know, remember, it's like, this isn't 70,000 damage to one enemy per mark. It's 70,000 damage to all enemies per mark. So if I have 5 marks, that's 350,000 damage to all of the enemies. 350,000 damage times 5 is whatever that number is. I'm not doing that math today. And that's only that. I mean, his Fluffy actually has more power than mine does. 107,000, 108,000 power level. Orange 3-star. Right? It does crazy things. Some people hate this guy. Some people hate this character, and that's okay. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that he does enough. There's so many heroes to upgrade. Yeah. I won't use Fluffy. I use Galahad, Qingmao, Nebula, Lara Croft, Martha. Fun team and beats a lot of teams. Hey, you know what? Yeah. Critch 001. I think you said it correctly in your first video, Fluffy. Yes, but Macking is not sex. Yeah. I was real hot on Fluffy in the beginning because I was like, yes, Sebastian is dead. Sebastian finally has a counter. But me personally, I don't build my teams around having to deal with Sebastian. Being chilling, I buy all my emeralds. How does this help free to play? How does what help? What specifically are you asking, Erlon? Power of the guy Fluffy include pet power? Yes. So 107k, including Axel. If you look at my fights, I'm about there also. With mine. Oh, here, defense. Yeah, 111k with Merlin on mine. Yeah. So mine probably is a little bit higher than his. Elite Zhao, he's going to be in the meta. He's going to be very popular. There's a whole wave of new players that are starting playing Hero Wars this week. And they're all going to be leveling up Fluffy. Oh, I don't feel good. No Critch. How about Mr. Big Sexy 11? Everyone get Fluffy during the event in a couple of days? Yep. So everybody's going to be using it. Everybody's going to be using it. An animal with an animal pet. You know, sometimes I think Remy thinks that we're her pets. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think Remy's just like, do this for me, slave. And I'm like, yes, master. You know what I mean? Mr. Big Sexy's here. Very cool. One more name. Tiger. White tiger. Great, clever use of words there. I like it. Get it? YT tiger, white tiger. That's great. How would Fluffy work with Ninja Turtles? I mean, White Tiger, just email me, herowarcentral@gmail.com. Like, you mean like on the same team? On the same team as Ninja Turtles, or countering the Ninja Turtles? I mean, it would counter the Ultimate just like anything else. How much charge does Isaac get? How much charge does Isaac get? Does Isaac counter Fluffy? I guess no. I guess no. Let's win here, and then we'll watch the replay and we'll see the energy gain. I don't see how Isaac does anything to Fluffy. I just don't see how. I just don't see it. Okay. So let's watch the replay so we can see the energy gain here. All right, because you can see energy on replay. We're gonna stop Sebastian's ult pretty immediately. Maybe not. Okay, so we just... You see that? We just blocked Sebastian's ult. Fluffy used a magic attack there. He didn't gain much. Yeah, Isaac is not a counter for Fluffy. It's absolutely not. Maybe in a different team? Maybe if my Fluffy did more magic damage. See, the problem is like... The problem is Fluffy doesn't do much magic damage. He's a lot like Amira in that respect, right? He's got his ultimate does pure damage when he reflects. The explosion... I'm sorry. The revive doesn't actually do damage. No magic damage on the first two. The Mark of Death does magic damage when he blows up. So when Fluffy dies, he does magic damage. And whenever he blocks an attack, he does magic damage as well. Yeah, Isaac definitely doesn't. Isaac, have tested that team today. I don't know who that is. Well, I'm not sure who that is, Kylie, but I'll check him out. We got, yeah, definitely doesn't counter Isaac. Or Isaac definitely doesn't counter Fluffy. Yeah, you want to use an undead team. You want to use Corvus and Morgan. Counters 2 of his abilities pretty well. That's a lot of heroes to throw at one hero, though. Like, that's a lot. Like, using Corvus and Morgan versus this team, like, Fluffy isn't here, but, like, hypothetically, if you had to use Corvus and Morgan for one of the enemy heroes, there's so much that you're losing out on there. I'm not sure that would be worth it. Like, I don't know. It just really depends. Really just depends. Arena, fortunately for Arena, it doesn't really matter, because you can just refight again, but, yeah. But, again, I don't think Fluffy is a must-have hero, and definitely not a must-max hero. Definitely not a must-max hero. All right. Okay, so thank you to all of the people whose name we drew today. We drew 10 winners today. If I drew your name today, email me, herowarcentral@gmail.com. If you've emailed me in the past, you don't need to again. Alternatively, if you'd rather just use Discord, you can just use Discord. Private message me on Discord. My information is in the description. It's also on my website, herowarcentral.com, and how to contact me on Discord. Email's probably faster and safer, and, making sure it gets to me, herowarcentral@gmail.com. Everybody who's on the list today, we will draw winners on Friday. All right, the day after the Fluffy event goes live. But for us today, we are done. We will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Now, I have a dentist appointment at 10 o'clock, and I don't expect that to go over. I don't expect there to be any issues with that. It's just a cleaning. We're not scheduling any cavities or any root canals or anything like that. And if we do, it'll be like later on. It's just a cleaning tomorrow. But if something does happen and I can't make it because of the dentist appointment, I will update you all. I'm planning on being here every day this week, okay? So Totem winners will be drawn on Friday. Thanks, everybody, for watching today. Please leave a like if you haven't already. If you found the live stream enjoyable, educational. Low Math Monday, right? Low Math Monday. Yeah. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.